And I had a very interesting conversation on a drive to Dublin once with Peter, where he spoke about how he would love to flip things on its head, and that he has found that his involvement in theatre has been to come in and Tech Week and throw some music on top of something, and that he'd love to flip it on its head and do the music first and then put a play on it. Okay, well, it could be interesting as you move the subtext around. If the music represents the subtext, then maybe that can come first.
No, come in. Are you okay, man? I'm fine.
It was just a challenge to that presupposed position for everyone, not just for music, but for the whole lot of us. So I learned a lot about the implementation of all the other attributes of theatre.
And you saw through me that I have difficulties because I'm so indoctrinated in the A to B to C process in theatre making anyway.
The process allows you to be more open, to be more creative, to be happier in the process. It's more creative because the ideas are allowed to bounce around the room and come back at you.
Usually I work with the director, I make the character, and then the costume is put on at the end and the music, and often they mightn't fit, but there's no time or there's not a chance to say that, or you just don't have the opportunity to work with them. But we were at an early stage, at like a seed stage, where you could take in all the ideas and let them develop the character.
But there was something special about the process that I haven't in any other context experienced. We have layering up layers of like a patina. So having complete and extensive knowledge of what is going on in the working room, I think, can't be underestimated.
We had a day where we brought in props that we thought our character would have, and we had to just lay them out in front of people, and other people interpreted the props. And I found that one particularly helpful.
So suddenly everybody had a better understanding of everybody else's roles and their physical constraints or their physical demands. But when you undergo something more physical, maybe you get a better understanding. And so maybe that makes you a better designer, because part of particularly costuming, you have to make sure that they're able to do all of the functions that you want them to do.
Not just making, it's not just an experiment in making. I think that's important to point out. But also it three-dimensionalised the product, and it made all of us care about it far more deeply. And you can't but make good work if everyone cares about it.
I'm always better when I'm more of a collaborative designer that gets to say things, that is asked questions that are more than just design, that are more about the world of the play. I think I'm more useful when I'm used in that way, rather than just being told I'm only allowed to think about colour, shape, texture and levels, you know.